From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Tuesday, January 30th, 2018. Silver is trading at $17.17 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,336 per ounce. Zencash is trading at $47, and the average price of Bitcoin is $10,863. Antiwar.com reports with the Islamic State all but eliminated from Syria, the U.S. has been trying to transition its strategy into an open-ended military presence with an eye towards picking a fight with Iran and imposing regime change on the Assad government at some point. That strategy looks to be in tatters as Turkey's invasion of northern Syria seems to be changing the situation on the ground in such a way that the U.S. military presence may no longer be sustainable. Turkey's invasion is threatening to overrun all of the Kurdish YPG territory, and all of America's deployments in Syria are within YPG territory, often embedded with YPG forces. This is setting the stage for a U.S. clash with Turkey, as Turkey demands that the U.S. withdraw from Manbij, a YPG-held city. Manbij is the demand right now because it's the next target, but with Turkey telegraphing attacks on everywhere else in the country, the U.S. is going to be ordered out of all the territory eventually, and with Turkey still seething over U.S. support for the Kurds, they're probably not going to let them keep their troops deployed in the territory. Where this ends is anyone's guess, as Turkey seems to be betting the U.S. will withdraw rather than risk a clash with another NATO member, and the U.S. seems to be struggling to figure out what to do next. Either way, the U.S. just keeping its troops stationed there and waiting for a chance to go after Iran and or Assad is no longer an option, and if they want to stay in Syria at all, the U.S. is likely going to have to figure out something Turkey will accept at the expense of the Kurdish alliance.
For over 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. And as a Bitcoin-preferred business, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts Brokerage today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co.
UPI reports President Donald Trump on Monday said he plans to push a bipartisan effort on immigration reform and tout his success on tax legislation during Tuesday's State of the Union address. He said any deal on the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program would require Democratic support because Republicans don't have the votes to pass legislation otherwise. DACA, which gives protection to young undocumented immigrants brought to the United States as children, expires in the spring. A senior White House official told reporters last week Trump plans to use the annual speech as a sales pitch for immigration, which likely would include funding for a wall along the United States border with Mexico. Tuesday will be Trump's first official State of the Union address, though he did address a joint session of Congress in March. An official said that overall Trump's speech will push the theme of unity. Jennifer Grossman, former speechwriter for President George H.W. Bush, said that because Trump frequently talks directly to the public via Twitter, his State of the Union speech likely won't matter as much as they did for previous presidents.
Are you an advocate for free market money? Do you promote Bitcoin as an alternative in a fiat-centric world? Then you need SpendBit in your arsenal, the search engine for things you can buy with Bitcoin. SpendBit aggregates millions of products from thousands of Bitcoin-enabled merchants. Keep your money in the free economy. Visit spendabit.co today. Bitcoin merchants, ask about our merchant suite to reach even more customers. spendabit.co.
Reuters reports Defense Secretary James Mattis has ordered a review of security protocols, according to officials, after fitness tracking devices broadcast patterns of movement at military facilities around the world, including war zones. Nathan Russer, a student at the Australian National University in Canberra, drew attention to data when he wrote on Twitter about the images after stumbling upon Strava's global heat map. His discovery prompted others to scour the heat map. Many of the bases cited are well-known outposts that host U.S. and U.S.-backed personnel. The app potentially discloses not just the broad location where foreign troops operate, but the routes they travel. There is also risk that Strava itself could become a target of nations trying to mine its data to discover identifiable information about who was wearing the devices. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.